all of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed.
When I'm in the club, G, go, I know the thug be wanting to slug.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented.
Up just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live.
Did you go to a Diddy party?
Yeah, but now keep in mind.
I'm going to.
In all fairness, there are different kinds of Diddy parties. I've seen Diddy parties where children were there. I think don't go anywhere alone. I swear to you, if you have the rule of not going anywhere alone, if somebody say, yeah, me and my boys were hanging out, I end up with it in my ass. Where?
When Katt Williams warned us that some of the biggest secrets in the music industry, particularly those involving Diddy, would finally come to light in 2024, he didn't hold back. Now, shocking rumors are circulating about the lengths some rappers allegedly went to in order to get a deal with Diddy. Stay tuned as I cover all the names Katt allegedly revealed to be involved in these bizarre deals. And trust me, the last one will probably shock you. The most scandals have surfaced regarding Diddy sleeping with rappers in the industry, and because of Katt Williams, the truth has come to light. Usher made the first accusation against Diddy when he was a young child. I know you are all aware of Usher's past relationship with Diddy. But hold on, you probably didn't know that Diddy used young people like Usher to obtain legal guardianships of young, well-known, up-and-coming artists like Justin Bieber. In fact, Usher himself acknowledged what happened to him at Diddy's parties in a previous interview on The Howard Stern Show, when Howard Stern questioned whether Lil Reed had made arrangements for Usher to remain with the Bad Boy Records. Usher revealed some fascinating memories of spending a year living with Diddy when he was just 13 years old. Mogul Usher hinted that some very strange things happened when he lived with Diddy in New York City. As I mentioned earlier, Diddy mentored a number of young rappers, including Usher, Justin Bieber, and Meek Mill. There have been long rumors about Diddy's shady dealings, but now that Diddy has been exposed, they are coming to light. Now, I want to return to Justin because BBE, the recent revelations about his spooky dealings with Diddy are beginning to circulate online. Justin Bieber rose to fame at a very young age. As you may have seen, there are old videos of him and Diddy together when he was a child. These videos raised many questions about Diddy's presence and what he might have gone through while around Diddy. In the video, Diddy boasts that he's spending 48 hours with Justin, saying, "What we're doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. We're going to go full crazy." Justin, who was only 13 when Usher first introduced him to Diddy, frequently spent time with Diddy during the early days of his fame. Justin replies, "Let's just go get some girls now." Justin has alluded to some of the challenges he encountered as a rising artist, and his 2020 song Lonely provides a more vivid depiction of those challenges. "Everyone saw me ill, and it seemed like nobody agreed with me," in another tearful 2020 video that was just made public again. Justin considers his traumatic history with tears in his eyes.
I just wanted to be a good example, and it was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. I just want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Even though Justin has finally spoken out, we are still waiting for a live response from him because, according to the article, the last thing he wants to do is relive or even discuss his complex friendship with Diddy. What specific experiences led to Justin's emotional turmoil during his rise to fame? Many of his fans have praised him for his strength in building a career, despite everything he's been through. According to The Insider, Justin Bieber has struggled with drug addiction, suicidal thoughts, and multiple public breakdowns. However, he is finally talking to his friends about his nightmare experience and the private hell it has caused him. If Justin Bieber was one of Diddy's alleged victims, the next name is even more shocking. This person wasn't just involved in the infamous freak-offs. There is reportedly leaked audio of him being caught in the act with Diddy. After Diddy was arrested on September 16th, an audio clip began circulating online once more. The video had already created a sensation earlier this year when Lil Rod included Meek in his actual assault case against Diddy. It purported to show the voices of Sha Diddy and Meek Mill performing strange sexual actions in an internet video. A man appears to indicate that he recorded the sounds on his phone as the audio plays. Numerous social media posts imply that the man who recorded this is actually Diddy's close friend. Meek's and Diddy's relationship is quite lengthy, given that when iHeartRadio reported that Rodney Jones had sued Combs, claiming that Diddy had sexually assaulted him in his statements. Jones claimed that Diddy had confessed to having sex with a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj and an R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Jones was obviously pointing fingers at Meek Mills because Meek Mills dated Nicki Minaj, and when we have so much evidence against one person, they really messed with these devices, he said, making it clear that I'm not with them. He continued to share his journey from modest beginnings, saying, and like me, without a complete school education, gained world influence and a different kind of education. Like politicians, I'm a true king right out of the trenches, and no one can stop us brands from using bots and campaigns to harm us. Meek must be kidding when he says that, but let's not forget, it was Katt who first dropped these names, right? And speaking of Katt, you can't leave out his number one enemy Kevin Hart. In 2010, Hart found himself under scrutiny for allegedly hosting parties for reporters were eager to know if he had observed any strange behavior during those infamous freak-offs, but Hardplay did cool skillfully, dodging their questions without confirming or denying the claims about the parties. When reminded about those gatherings, he responded with a puzzled, when I hosted for Diddy, well, if you don't remember, Kevin, we all watched that video of holding that big microphone and screaming in P. Diddy's party. Now Kevin Hart has stepped back from the legal turmoil surrounding Combs. He hasn't addressed the resurfaced footage from the parties he attended. While it's evident that haven't had a connection with Diddy, many are left wondering if he might have insider knowledge that he's hesitant to share. After all, if he does know something, it raises questions about why he didn't speak up sooner about the events that transpired. Hart's quiet may have been a calculated decision to safeguard his career and connections in the entertainment world, as fans and followers surmise, prompting many to consider the difficulties of commitment and honesty in Hollywood. YK Osiris and Diddy have been accused of taking a Jamaican vacation on several occasions. Many people said he was Diddy's boy toy in a video that went viral on social media. In a recent interview on The Breakfast Club, the Florida artist was asked about the craziest rumor he's ever heard. "What's that rumor?" he replied, cutting himself off before he could say anything. "I'm not going to say that," he said. Osiris has undoubtedly heard his share of wild rumors over the years, but none quite as outrageous as the one involving him and the notorious bad boy Diddy. In response, Envy joined in and alluded to the rumors circulating about him and Diddy. Laughing, Osiris got up from his seat and started to pace the studio. Envy told Charlemagne that he was Diddy's boy toy because he believed God was interested in the rumor. Charlemagne, who never hesitates to act, took out his phone and Googled the story. "He and I were in Jamaica." Charlemagne searched and stated, "Oh, I see it now." He read the headline of the story about their alleged relationship and said, "Why is K. Osiris in Jamaica with his alleged boo Diddy?" Before turning to Osiris and teasing him, "Why did you do this to Diddy, man? That's messed up, man. I don't know what happened with that," Osiris said, laughing. "It'd be crazy little talking stuff. I ain't worried about it. A lot of people don't care about it." He continued by explaining that his trip to Jamaica was simply a vacation with a woman, and even though Diddy was also on the island, they weren't together. Although fans weren't convinced, the rumors didn't stop many from believing that Osiris was merely trying to hide the truth, as the fact that he and Diddy were on the same island seemed more than just a coincidence for a long time. Finally speaking, up on the accusations against Diddy, Mace told followers, "I'm saving my takes for the documentary. If you're wondering how I feel, it's coming soon." However, the former bad boy musician did not specify which documentary he was referring to. In a shocking and emotionally charged moment, Katt Williams has once again shaken the industry with brutal honesty, calling out none other than Sean Diddy Combs. Speaking with conviction, Katt claimed he's had to turn down $30 million. Not once, but for separate times because, in his own words, P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. The delivery may have sounded like a joke to some, but behind his words was a cold, sobering truth that many in the industry have long whispered about. That Diddy, one of the most powerful figures in hip-hop and entertainment, allegedly uses money, status, and luxury to manipulate people into compromising situations. Katt's words hit hard, not just because of what he said, but because of what they imply: a long-standing culture of silence, control, and exploitation hidden beneath the glitz of red carpets and private jets. Around the same time, rapper Cameron appeared on CNN to discuss Diddy's 2016 assault case involving Cassie, which has resurfaced due to new public scrutiny and legal movement. But instead of focusing entirely on the serious nature of the case, Cam revealed his frustration. He had been invited to speak on Diddy's controversies, but no one wanted to talk about the positive ventures he and Maze had launched, including a new performance-enhancing drink. Feeling the media had its priorities skewed, Cam shifted the spotlight himself, using the platform to highlight their achievements. This moment perfectly illustrated a deeper issue. While scandal gets headlines, the truth about how powerful men maintain their influence often gets ignored. Meanwhile, fans can't forget past moments that now seem darker in retrospect. Like when Diddy proudly showed off a Lamborghini to a very young Justin Bieber. At the time, it was marketed as mentorship. Today, people are revisiting that clip with a very different lens. As more people begin to speak up, the pieces of a much larger puzzle are coming together, one that paints a disturbing picture of a man who built his empire not just on music and business acumen, but on manipulation and control behind the scenes. And now, as legal pressure mounts, old friends turn distant, and voices like Katt Williams refuse to stay quiet. The walls around Diddy's empire are beginning to shake. Is this the moment that finally breaks the illusion? Or will Diddy manage to silence the noise once again, using the very tools he's allegedly abused for decades? Either way, the silence is gone, and what comes next could change everything.